Clarendon police search for alleged robber. Police are searching for a man who allegedly committed several robberies in Clarendon. The man has not been identified by name, but lawmen provided a photograph of the person of interest. He is of dark complexion and sports a plaited hairstyle. Acting head of the Clarendon Police, Deputy Superintendent Cardoso, says the man is also accused of rape and is considered armed and dangerous.
He is the main person of interest in 4 robberies and 2 cases of rape reported within the past 24 hours in the Maypen police area. He is considered armed and dangerous. If you see this individual or have any information regarding his identity or whereabouts, please contact the Maypen CIB at 876-832-2077, the Police Emergency Communications Center at 119. We look forward to your assistance in locating this individual as we remain resolute in our commitment to upholding law and order and ensuring the safety and security of all citizens.
Decomposing body of man discovered at home on St. Paul's Lane, St. Andrew. The decomposing body of a man was discovered inside his home on St. Paul's Lane in St. Andrew. He has been identified as 58-year-old laborer Lindsay Model. According to reports, at about 10 a.m., information was received about a body inside a house in the area. A team was dispatched, and upon entering the one-bedroom dwelling, the body of a man was found. The scene was processed and the body was removed. A post-mortem is to be conducted. The Hunts Bay Criminal Investigations Branch is probing the matter. $2 million project to upgrade driveway at Buff Bay High. Member of Parliament for Portland Western Darrell Valls says the driveway at Buff Bay High School in the constituency is being paved at a cost of $2 million. Speaking to reporters on Labor Day, Valls said he has committed on alleviating the challenges that students and teachers face at the institution when it rains. The driveway normally floods whenever it rains, making it difficult for it to be used. Valls has mobilized individuals from the community to assist with the pavement of the driveway and the painting of the bathrooms at the school. NMIA reports reduction in ammunition discoveries. There were 10 ammunition discoveries at the pre-board screening checkpoint at the Norman Manley International Airport, NMIA in Kingston, between January and April of this year. This is a reduction from 16 recorded in 2024. Aviation Security Manager Juliana Daly outlined the data to stakeholders during an NMIA forum on Thursday. Ms. Daly said the NMIA is implementing measures to counter the movement of prohibited items, including public awareness campaigns and working with Firearms Licensing Authority, FLA. Noting that the majority of ammunition discoveries are linked to licensed firearm holders, Ms. Daly is reminding these persons that they need proper authorization from the National Security Ministry before traveling with them. The Aviation Security Manager noted that discoveries are not limited to ammunition. This as sometimes persons attempt to travel with other forms of prohibited items.
But of course, we're working to consistently reduce the amount of fines at the pre-board screening area. We have been sending out tips on our social media platforms. We're hoping to work with FLA to get some restricted signs posted in the ticketing area so we can bring more awareness to these types of issues that we have. And while you're licensed to carry your weapon within Jamaica, as I stated before, the airport is a restricted zone, and so unless you have the proper authorization from the Ministry of National Security, Customs, etc., then it is not allowed. And of course, it triggers a response, which delays you from traveling. Because the police has to get involved, you have to go down to the station, you have to log, and of course, you can be fined for carrying ammunition at the airport. We also have other types of prohibited items, such as scissors, knives, box cutters, a tool. Those are items that cannot be allowed in your carry-on item because it poses a risk to passengers and the aircraft as well, such as aerosols, right? And so we ask that when you're traveling or before you travel, you check your carry-on bags to ensure that you don't have any of these prohibited items in your carry-on bags.
Holness Golden called for all hands on deck in climate fight. Citing climate change as a daunting reality being faced by the country, Prime Minister Andrew Holness and Opposition Leader Mark Golden have both called on all Jamaicans to play their part in protecting the environment from the crisis. The nation's leaders made the call in separate messages as the island celebrates holiday on Friday under the theme Protecting the Environment, Our Land, Our Duty, Our Future, and the rallying cry, Jamaica Nice, Protect with Paradise. We cannot ignore the signs around us. Climate change is real, and it is already affecting our lives through rising temperatures, coastal erosion, stronger hurricanes, and extended droughts, Holness said, adding, many of our communities, especially those near rivers, gully banks, and hillsides, are increasingly vulnerable to environmental degradation. The loss of trees, population of waterway, and the poor management of waste are challenges we must confront head-on, he noted. Holness said the government is actively tackling the crisis through a number of initiatives, including the building of climate-resilient infrastructure, restoration of watersheds, and the enforcement of stricter anti-pollution laws, and the training of farmers in climate-smart techniques. But he noted that all hands on deck were needed, calling it a national duty for Jamaicans to play their part in battling climate change. The minister urged citizens, schools, churches, community groups, businesses, and public sector agencies to organize and participate in projects that restore, renew, and protect our environment, Holness noted. Whether it is cleaning up a beach, planting trees, rehabilitating a park, creating compost system, or beautifying a school garden, your contribution matters. Each act, no matter how small, adds up to a larger national movement towards environmental stewardship, the Prime Minister noted. Golden meanwhile noted that as opposition leader, he has consistently called for Jamaica's Environmental Protection Agency (NEPA) to be autonomous, robust, and independent, for stronger environmental policies and penalties for environmental offenses, for greater investment in renewable energy, including policies that use renewable energy in strategies for regulating those who are not lawful customers of the electricity provider, and for climate resilience infrastructure. But sharing similar sentiments to Holness, he acknowledged that policy alone is not enough. Labor Day has been a time of national unity where we work together for the betterment of our communities. The call to action demands that we face the daunting reality of environmental degradation amidst an unfolding climate crisis, Golden stated. Let us demonstrate to our children the value of environmental stewardship. Our children must be taught in schools not just to love the island, but to understand how to nurture and care for it. These practices must become part of our culture if we are to successfully combat the threats we are currently facing, he continued. Let us lead by example, reducing waste, conserving water, recycling where we can, and treating our surroundings with respect. This is how we build a culture of sustainability that is rooted in our love for our country. To subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.